Hello Magic the Gathering lovers, Matt here from Total MTG. And what have I got for you today? It is a little bit later because we had some other videos that I had to get out first, but today it is my top 10 rares or mythics from War of the Spark. Now why top 10? Because there's 73 combinations of rare and mythics in the set, and to keep this to top 5 I felt would have been just a bit unfair because I'm still going to miss probably out lots of great cards, but these are my personal choices, my top 10, which I think are best from the set. So without further ado, let's get on to the video and name my top 10. So coming in at number 10 for me is Finale of Glory. It's a mythic card, X and double white. Create X 2/2 white soldier creature tokens with vigilance. If X is 10 or more though, also create X 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance. This is a very nice card. I can definitely see this being played in EDH for sure. Everyone likes playing White Sun Zeniths, and you know, if you put in standard potentially with this with Divine Visitation, you're going to be spamming so many tokens. Perhaps the Jank Brewers in you are going to do a finale kind of deck using all the finales that have come out from this set. But I do think Finale of Glory as well can be used in some kind of control build as a sort of a finisher as well. We've had cards like this that we did play before. We've had ones that made soldier tokens, everything like that. The only people seem to be a bit disheartened with this card is that it doesn't make knights. They wanted knights instead of soldiers. That's obviously maybe more towards EDH. Or potentially, you know, to make knights good in standard again. But Finale of Glory is still a very nice card and comes in at number 10. Coming in at number 9 for me is the Boar God. It's Ilhag the Raised Boar. This is a 3 double red mythic. It's a 6/6 with trample. It's got a lot of text in there, but the card is definitely great. When it attacks, you put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. You have to return that card to your hand at the beginning of the next end step though. So what's great about these new gods is that when they die or put into exile, you may put it into your owner's library third from the top. So it's very hard to deal with. Milling it away is a definite way to get rid of gods. If you play a mill and you're coming against a lot of gods, play mill and you'll get rid of those gods quite easily. But a 6/6 for 5 with trample, very strong. And imagine the creatures that you'd be putting it in. If you do mix this with the other green god as well, things get double the power and everything like that. It's a real strong card. Hazoret, do you remember Hazoret used to be played in the mono red decks? That, you know, I'm not saying it's no Hazoret, but they had space for a creature as big as that and as costing as that. And I still think this at top end, even if it's sideboard, is a very good card for that, because a 6/6 with trample is never anything to be sniffed at. If you combine this up maybe using Gruul colours and Rhythm of the Wild and getting riot triggers and everything like that, it will severely get out of hand. The Boar God, maybe you want to use it as your commander in a mono red build, but I do think it's best in standard at the moment, and it's a very nice card and comes in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 for me is another finale. It's Finale of Devastation. It's the green one, X double green. Search your library and or graveyard for a creature card with mana cost X or less and put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If its X is 10 or more though, creatures you control get plus X and X. There's a lot of X's there, and they gain haste until end of turn. This is, you know, this is a great card to search things up for. Green Sun Zenith. It's not as possibly as good as that, but it's still very strong. It goes in the, if you're kind of player likes playing Tooth and Nail decks, or you want to play Vanavar Speaker decks, or the new uncommon which I think is Neoform as well. This is the type of deck and type of card that you want to play around with. It's about cheating creatures into play, and then potentially if you get the X and 10 or more, you're ramping into this kind of thing. Plus X to give those creatures, and then they gain haste and just attack in. Imagine putting this down with the two gods, the Gruul gods, the Boar, and the other one as well, the green god. This would be a very nice sweet brew of a deck. Maybe you can put it in dinosaurs, you know, just get these big stompy creatures coming in. I don't know, but I definitely feel like it's got a lot of potential and comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7 for me is Liliana Dreadhorde General. This was a little bit higher in my rankings to start off with, but after playing with the set, see, this is what's different about this top 10 list, is that I've played with the cards, which was a little bit different from playing obviously with the commons and uncommons. I'm going, you know, more on, I've played with them, I've been, you know, seen which cards are a little bit better and a little bit worse than I thought. And Liliana Dreadhorde has definitely, it's crept up a little bit for me. We'll see playing obviously EDH and everything like that, that's just fact. You know, we've had 6 mana Planeswalkers before, we've had Elsbeth. Is this as strong as an Elspeth? Probably not, but whenever a creature you control dies, you get to draw a card. It can defend itself by making a 2/2 zombie creature as well. You can make everyone sack creatures. If you've got creatures that do sack effects, it will only, hit your opponent as well by doing that, but you can maybe get something out of that transition as well. The -9 is each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifices all the rest. I think this is a very nice Planeswalker. Comes in with 6 loyalty for the 6 mana as well. I definitely think the static ability is probably at the moment a little bit underrated and will definitely, I think it's actually quite good. Drawing cards is never bad, especially when you're playing in black as well. We know blue has all the card draw, but this is, top end, protect yourself, kill a few creatures, draw cards. I think this Planeswalker could probably go up high in my rankings after a bit more play, but at the moment Liliana comes in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is a big Nikki B. Nikki Bolas Dragon God. It costs a blue, triple black and a red. It's the colours of Grixis. Now Grixis would be so good if they could really help deal with enchantments, but they don't. But this is a very nice Planeswalker. Only 4 loyalty, that's not great for the, when you think about how hard Nikki Bolas is to cast and you get 4 loyalty for that. But it has all the loyalty abilities of all other Planeswalkers on the battlefield. Very strong. The +1, you draw a card, each opponent exiles a card from their hand or a permanent they control. So you can basically, if you get rid of their hand, they're going to have to start getting rid of, if not creatures or Planeswalker, but lands. Nikki Bolas can do some serious work late game, and if you can protect it, you can basically decimate the board as long as you stay alive. The -3, destroy target creature or Planeswalker, because that's obviously what Bolas does. And the -8, each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or Planeswalker loses the game. Put this in EDH as well, you do a mass clearance of the board and then you're just going to win the game with the -8 of your Nikki Bolas. Sounds absolutely brilliant. I'm playing this in a Grixis Bolas control deck. I do like it and I think it's a very strong Planeswalker and comes in at number 6. So now we're getting to the nitty gritty, the top 5. And in at number 5 for me is Blast Zone. This rare land, I've played with this card so much already and I absolutely love it. A clear the board effect for one type of cost of mana though in a land. That is still very strong. Enters the battle with 1 charge count on it, so you're not going to get the tokens. You can add a colourless, double X, put an X charge counters on it, pay 3, then you sack it and destroy each of those to the amount of counters on the battlefield. Engineered Explosives is a bit of a decent card. It's not that strong, but Blast Zone in Standard is very nice. I'm playing it in control decks, I've made some Taxes deck. This card to me is very good. Maybe this will see modern play, legacy play, I don't know, let me know what you think. But I think Blast Zone, for control players, it's an absolute dream and can definitely do some work for you and comes in at number 5. Coming at number 4 for me, it's Bitter Blossom. Oh no, it's not. It's Dreadhorde Invasion. For Standard, this 1 black enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life, but you get to amass 1. I underrated this card. I played against it in the preview event and I got absolutely battered by Dreadhorde Invasion. Yes, it's going to tick away and always do a bit of damage to you, but when you get a zombie token that's power 6 or greater and it attacks, you get lifelink. So there's always ways to get a little bit back later on in the game, probably when you need it. It respawns 1/1s. It's absolutely brilliant. These 1/1s are going to get bigger if you can amass them, put it in an amass deck. Bitter Blossom is a modern staple card, and this for Standard at the same cost of 2 mana. Well, I keep saying they're not as good probably as the modern equivalents, but to have it in Standard is very strong. Dreadhorde Invasion comes in at number 4. Down to the top 3 and coming in at number 3 is the new combo card on the block. It's Rowell Storm Conduit. This is a 4-mana Planeswalker, 2 blue and a red, 4 loyalty. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, this deals 1 damage to target opponent or Planeswalker. The +2 is a strong mechanic in Scry 1. The -2 is when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, copy that spell, you choose new targets for the copy. Now, what do you want to do with this? You want copy cast, you want expansion, you want to keep copying stuff, copying your shot, copying this, doing damage. The combo is there. I'm sure you've all seen it already with that combination of cards. It is super strong. While it seems a little bit janky, it still works very well. Now, I'll probably be looking at other ways to play with Rowell because I like to do things a little bit different. But that deck, if you play it, give it a go. It is so strong, and it's just a fun way to win. Will they keep it in Magic, or will they ban a component? I think they'll keep it because it is very janky, and you need these 3 cards, this certain amount of mana, Lazartop not to be there so it can't make the person hexproof. There's a little few ways around it, but it's a Storm kind of deck, and obviously this is Rowell Storm Conduit. I think for a 4 mana Planeswalker, take the combo aside, it's still a very nice card. Copying instants and sorceries, doing damage, and it's just really fun and very strong, and comes in at number 3. So we're at the top 2. Are you guessing? Do you think you know what they are? Coming in at number 2 is our Mythic. It's Gideon Blackblade. This is a really strong Planeswalker as well. As long as your turn, Gideon Blackblade is a 4/4 human soldier creature with indestructible that's still a Planeswalker. You prevent all damage that would be dealt to Gideon during your turn. We've seen over standards of past how strong Gideons are, and this 3 mana Planeswalker, 3 mana Planeswalker with the 4 loyalty is going to be no different to the rest, I'm sure. The +1 up to 1 other target creature you control gains choice of Vigilance, Lifelink or Indestructible. So you can gain life of it, you can protect it if you want to go into some other type of creature, or make sure it's Vigilance so it's there to protect itself again or protect Gideon. -6 exile target non-land permanent, so that hits everything obviously except for lands. It's a very nice Planeswalker. I can see this in control decks. I've seen it in mono white. My friend Merchant played it in his mono white Gideon Blackblade deck, and that is super powerful, and he reckons it'll go straight to Mythic if you play it. So I'm not going to doubt him. I'm going to try this in my mono white weenies because that was my ladder type of deck. Gideons, we know, are always strong, even though they may be no more. Gideon comes in at number 2. So my number 1 card, my number 1 rare mythic card from War of the Spark. It's another white card. It's a god. It's God Eternal Oak Katra. This is basically in limited, play it and you win. That's all it is. Honestly, it is that strong in limited, but it's going to do some work in standard. EDH for a doubt. It's definitely going to do in there. It's going to go in all the Esper decks. Maybe you want to build around this as well. Standard, I've been playing this, putting it in as the top end, getting some of those little creatures back, maybe bringing them back from the graveyard. You got a zombie theme, and then keep playing little 1-drops, 2-drops, and then you get 4/4 black zombies every single time you do it. It's going to be recurring, same as the other gods. When it dies or gets put into exile, 3rd from the top, so it's always going to keep coming back and giving your opponent nightmares. A 4/4 just for casting a creature, even if it gets countered, it's cast. That makes this even stronger. A Katra is very powerful. Maybe you want to build it in a God's deck, a Naya God's deck, but this will get, once it's on the board, and it's going to be hard to deal with because even with that exile effect, you're still going to put it back in your library. Spam those tokens left, right and centre and just storm to victory. The God Eternal Oak Katra is my number 1 rare mythic from War of the Spark. So everyone, that's my top 10 rares mythic from War of the Spark. So it's a little bit later, but you've had a few good videos in between from the common and uncommons top 5s. Make sure you check those videos out in the descriptions as well. I would love to know what your top 10 rare or mythics are from this new set. Now that maybe some of you have managed to play with a few, have you changed your decision on them as well? Like I did, there were some that were a bit higher and some that have dropped down. Some that just didn't even make the list. But please, in the comments, hit me up, let me see your top 10 list, and I'll meet you there as always. So I just want to say thanks for watching the video. If you are new to us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like. It really does support the channel. My next giveaway will be when I hit 6,000 subs. I'll get another sweet giveaway for you, so that's an incentive. If you're new, hit that button. Hit the likes is always nice as well. If you share the video, I'll always appreciate that. The next video will be out on Thursday. I do videos every other day, so lots of content for you to enjoy. Anyway, all of you take care, and I'll see you on the next video.